Okay, so I've made this little gift bag here just as a sort of a prototype one, and I've just made it from cardstock, some blue cardstock, and then I've glued on some scrapbooking paper that I had, but I want to make the next one sort of a bit more junk journaling-ish, so I'm going to use some coffee dyed paper and printed out receipt that I have, and then I'll decorate it up a little bit more. So yeah, this one, you can see it's a cute little bag. If you've got a gift to give to someone and you don't have a bag, it's a nice little idea. Or you could probably make a little notebook or journal to go inside. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you this quick little project. So what you're going to need is an A4 piece of paper. I don't actually know the measurements for if you were using 8.5 by 11, which is US letter size. But I'm sure you could work out similar measurements because it's not too far off being the same size. But anyway, I'm using A4. So what I'm going to do is glue this. It's a little bit bigger than this one, isn't it? They should be both A4. It's probably shrunk a little bit because of coffee dyeing, I would say. They're the same paper. So I'm just going to glue the receipt onto that one. I think I want to cut these sides off too, though. The sides. Actually, I'm just thinking whether I should use another, because I don't really want those white sides there, although I am going to ink them. I'm just going to look in my little collection here. These little plastic carry cases are good for carrying your papers as well. I think I got them in Woolworths or Coles. I got a couple of them, just to store things that I've printed out and different things. I think these receipts might be in one of my, they might be in one of my printable ephemera kits, but I'm not 100% sure. If not, I might put them on as printables. This one, it's an old letter. Oh, that would probably look nice as well. It's still got these sides, but I've printed it onto coffee dyed paper by the looks of it. What about this one? Quite like this one. Yeah, it's in a different language, but that'll be good to use, I think. And I hope that you can hear me okay, because sometimes when I'm filming like this, the sound isn't very good. That's why I've had to do voiceovers. So okay, let's just glue these two together. And I think I'm just going to use a glue stick. I'll just pause this so you don't have to watch me gluing it down. Okay, so I actually thought that I was filming when I was making this one, but apparently it wasn't filming, so that's okay. We can make another one. So this time I'm using, I've got, these are my black and white collage papers that are in my Etsy shop. And I'll put the link to those below if you're interested in those. And I've just glued it to a piece of tea stained paper. And this is actually, I tea stained this with a herbal tea, and it was like a berry tea. And I thought it would come out kind of pinky purpley, but it's kind of a grey, but it's quite nice. So there, we've got that. So now we need to do some scoring. Might be easier if I turn this over, see the score lines a bit better. So I've got my scoring tool on my paper trimmer, and on the long edges, just the long edges, you need to score at 1.5 centimetres and 3 centimetres. So we'll just do that. One and a half and 3 centimetres. Turn it around. Okay, so that's going to be our little sides that fold in. So you just want to, well, that's not actually glued down properly. Just put a bit more glue on that. You can. Might use my tacky glue actually. Just make sure that's glued down properly. Okay. So that's our score lines on the long sides. And I'm just going to fold these in just to sort of get them started. So you just want to fold them in a concertina style. So up and then back the other way. And we'll fold them back out in a minute. So that would be our little bit on the side, this bit here. So you want that middle one to be going in, if you know what I mean, on the right side. So I'm going to fold this one up. But you'll soon figure it out once you start gluing it together. If you haven't folded it right, you can just fold it back the other way. I'm just doing that just to get them going. But now we need to do a bit more scoring the other way. So figure out what you want to be at the top, and I think I want this butterfly at the top. want it this way up. So then from the bottom end, just turn the paper around, because this will be the back. You want to score at 11 centimeters, which is about 4 1/4 inches. 11 centimeters. There. And then 14 centimeters. I need to pull that out, which is 5 1/2 inches. 14 centimeters. See it better on this side. And then that little bit in the middle there becomes our base. So now we want to score at 25 centimeters for our flap, our closure. So we've got these little side bits here. I'm just going to fold these so we can see them a bit better. That's the first one. And the second one. And the top one. So this is our flap. So what we need to do is cut out these two top corners. Just right into where they cross through both of the long lines into that intersection there. Just cut them off. Okay, so now you can decide whether you want this to stay this shape, the flap, or whether you want it to be rounded like my first one, or on this one I just cut it at an angle to make it like that. So to round it, what I did was I just put a small plate that I had on here and just drew around it and cut around it. So let's decide what I want to do with this one. Might just no, I might do it rounded actually. So I've got my little plate and I'm just putting it equal with the corners, so then I could just draw around it with my pencil, and then I'll cut that out. So I mean, you could do any shape you wanted. You could probably even use a die or a punch, an edge punch, to make that any shape that you want. It's just a little project I thought would be nice, maybe for Happy Mail, or even to put, as I said, put a little journal inside, or if you had a large journal you could probably put it in a journal maybe. Now the other thing we need to do is, see, we've got the base here and there. We need to just trim there and there. We don't need to cut it off, but just cut into that intersection on both sides. We're going to fold this in and glue it down. You could cut it off, but I think folding it in and gluing it down actually gives the base, makes the base a bit more sturdy than cutting it off. So we just glue them in to the inside. And now, so what we do is with the side bits, fold it up. And what you'll do is you'll glue one to the other. So put them over the top of each other and glue one to the other. And then that, it gets pinched like that at the top. And that's your side bit. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this one. And I think I'm going to use my better glue for that. I'm just using some tacky glue. So glue it over the top of the other one. And then you need to put your hand inside to make sure it's glued down properly. So that's one side of your bag. Now we'll do the other side. And you want a fast drying glue if you can, so that it's not sliding around everywhere. That's that side, and to close it, we just pinch it at the top, and there's your base. So now what we want to do is we want to put some little holes in here for the closure. So I just get my crocodile. Decide where you want to put those holes, and I'm using the smaller sized punch, or you might have a small actual paper punch that you can use. And how far do I want to go in? I'm going to go in about maybe ½ an inch. There. And then the other side. And then you just decide how you want to decorate it and what you want to thread through, string or ribbon or whatever you like. So I'm just going to decorate this up now. Okay, so I'm going to decorate them up pretty simply. This one, I found this scrap of lace that I can probably put on there like that. I'm just going to glue that one down. And I'm just going to use, actually, I think I will just use a bit of twine again, just sew through the, or tie through the holes. You could use some thin ribbon. I don't think mine's thin enough. Probably could have punched bigger holes. So just put it through. Just tie that, and that's what's going to hold it all together. Little bow there. Cut that off. It's not actually a bow, is it? Let's do that again. Already cut that end off, but I just want to put something else on top of here. So I've got some gold ribbon. No, I've got one of these. These are these fake. What letter should I use? I've got plenty of S's. These fake stick on, what do you call them? The wax seals. Got a pink one which will match the lace. So I'll just put that there for now. There. I think that's prettied it up a little bit. You get the idea anyway. So that's that one. You can do it obviously a lot more to it, and if you want to do things like decoupage and things like that, just do that before you glue it all together while it's still flat. You can do that as well, and that would look nice. So that's that one, and I'll glue some lace across here. Across that edge there, and then what shall I use? Of course you can use fabric. You could probably dangle something from here, whatever you want. I have some little stick-on decorations here. Let's stick that one on there. And then I really want to put some green ribbon through these holes, but I'm not sure if I can. Let's see if we can. this one seems to fray really easily. No, I'm not going to get that through there. Okay, let's put a bit more. Let's put some white string this time. Twine. Tie this one together. Probably should have left longer ends because it's going to be hard to do a bow now. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. Going to be half a bow with that one. I'll probably change that in a minute, but there you have it. So obviously to open them you just pull the string out and undo the bow, and there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this little craft with me tutorial. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.